everyone. This is Meryl Lee. Welcome. This is some new technology that I'm working with tonight. So first and foremost, I want to start out by saying that I am thrilled you're here. I'm thrilled to be presenting some of this tonight. And I just want to let you know I'm working with some new technology in a few different areas. First of all, I use this technology, Webinar Jam, Google Hangout for a little bit. So that's not new, but I'm also live streaming on my Facebook page. So I've got 2 cameras going on and 2 monitors, and it's really about the message that I want to impart to you tonight and to tell you a few things and to give you my thoughts. But it's also an experience for some new technology. So let me just check in here and see who is with me. And I've got quite a few of you here. Welcome. Glad you're here. Very excited to have you jump on with me with this very impulsive presentation. I just decided to do this yesterday afternoon. I've been working with a lot of clients. I've been working with this online marketing model. I've been working with network marketing, and I find myself saying very similar things over and over and over again. And just as to give people insight into just this whole world of marketing and who we are in the health and wellness profession and how we want to get our messages out there. And, it's funny, I was just going to use the analogy, oil and water don't mix, right? It's like, service professionals, healthcare professionals, and marketing and business don't mix. But oil and water doesn't. That's not a good analogy, because we're also going to talk about essential oils tonight, and I think they do mix, because sometimes I put lavender in my bath. So anyway, and here's another thing that happened right before I started. I had set up a PowerPoint presentation for you, and as I was getting set up with my new live stream, which is having its own glitches, but right now it's only audio, I lost my PowerPoint. So I am kind of going to speak off the top of my head. So let's get to the point of tonight and being with you. First of all, I like to lay the groundwork where this is casual, right? It's a casual conversation. But unfortunately, conversations are two-way, and I don't have you to be here live with me talking. So I guess I'll call it a chat. But what I want to share with you are some ideas, like I said, about marketing in general for our work online. So I'd like to start out by sharing with you what my outline is for tonight. And this is what I was going to show you, but I don't have it now on my PowerPoint. So I want to talk about the definition of marketing. I want to talk about how to get sales without selling. I want to talk about the basis of online marketing, and I want to talk about the basis of network marketing, as well as how do you pick a marketing coach, and what is the best marketing model to use, the most bang for your buck, the ROI, the best return on your investment. So these are the things I'm going to discuss, and I'm also going to do my best to keep my eye on if there's any questions or anything that's going to be coming in. I'm a solo act here tonight. A lot of times I like to have people on that I'm interviewing, but I just felt that this was important. But hey, one of the most important things that I want to talk about before the night is over is my upcoming event, which for many of you who already know about it, has a lot to do with Young Living essential oils. And why would I be talking about marketing if I'm going to be talking about an event that has to do with essential oils? Mostly it's to teach from the marketing business model. Even if you're not into Young Living, or it's not your thing, I would really like to invite you to stay and hang out a little bit with me here to get some insight into this whole idea of the different models of marketing and deciding which one is best for you. Okay, so here is my definition of marketing. For those of you who are in the health, those of us, I should say, that are in the health and wellness professions. Marketing is very similar to what we do as health and wellness professionals. For those of you who are in private practice, right? What do we typically do when we have a client come to us? We take an intake. We write down, we take their history, we take their presenting complaint, we take an intake, and we find out what their presenting complaint is, what their biggest challenge is, and what their goal is, right? And then we use our tools and our skills to help them and work in concert with them to meet their goals. Marketing is very much the same way. I can't see it any differently, actually. What we do in marketing is very similar to what we do in our private practice with clients, and that is we get a sense of what is needed in the industry. We get a sense of, to use a fun little analogy, we get our finger on the pulse of what is happening, mostly in our niche market, mostly with the people, the group of people who we serve. We get a sense of that. We see what their common presenting complaint is, and then we create, we already have in our practice solutions to help them. The one missing piece that we have to add in marketing as health and wellness professionals is that we need to let them know what it is that we do, right? So all in all, that is what marketing is very much like. So when health and wellness professionals come in and say, I don't like sales, I don't like marketing, but I want to build my practice, but I want to serve more people, I want to reach more people, and I want to make more money, but I don't want to do any sales and marketing. Well, if you look at it in this way, that we're really doing the same thing with the mass market and the mass public that we're doing with our individual clients, I think it helps reframe it in a way that will be maybe more tasteful. And that is a word that I've heard a lot, that sales marketing is distasteful. I think it's really about time that we even let that whole thing go. We are in a new paradigm. I'm talking about new models tonight, and models are paradigms. We are in a new model now. We are in a new paradigm. And what we've really got to do is just totally accept that if you are in business, even if you're not in health and wellness, if you are in business, especially, as an entrepreneur or even part of a corporation or a company, what is important is that it's really, in order to succeed and to thrive, we need to do marketing, right? So, okay, so that's a given. So that is a given. We have to accept, and I feel like I don't even ever want to bring it up. In the past, I've been defining marketing for a very, very long time because it's kind of like pulling people and saying, hey guys, this is what it is, and this is what we're doing. So now with that definition and sharing it with you, I feel like I'm going to close the door because we are already immersed in this paradigm. Now let's move on to the next piece about how we can market comfortably, tastefully, without getting folks who, without getting that feeling that a lot of people don't like. And I came up with the term simply based on what I have done for years, because I think many people see myself as, as a successful businesswoman, a successful entrepreneur. And yes, I've had tremendous successes and I've had tremendous failures, but that's just, the life of an entrepreneur, right? But I honestly can say that I never really felt like I was selling. Right? I just, and it's actually not even distasteful for me. I don't think of myself as somebody who's been a salesperson. What I have always been, and I know this is the same for so much of you, and so this is one of the messages that I wanted to share with you tonight, so you can maybe even take on for yourself and embrace, and that is, all we have to do is teach. I call this education-based marketing. All we really have to do is teach. People come to you for your resources, for your knowledge, for your expertise, and for the education that you can provide. So whether you are selling your services or marketing your services, or if you have a product line or classes or courses or programs, all we have to do is teach. And those people who are interested, and you see this happen all the time in classes, I'm sure, they come up to you at the end or they email you and say, how can I get more? How can I learn more? Where can I take this course? Where can I take this certification program, right? It's like right there, and it's at your fingertips. So think of it as education-based marketing. The deal is, and for those of you who have been kind of coming in late, just to catch you up, that it's really about teaching and educating, and where marketing is inherent in that process. Now, let's move to the online world, right? And online marketing. They say that a website is now like your business card. I mean, the old model, and some of you that are here with me tonight, or maybe listening to this recording, some of you, I'm sure, come from the place where we had the trifold brochure, right, where we would mail it out to get people to fill our healing touch classes, or even, my gosh, I did raindrop classes for many years, and I had a form and mail in a check, and this was like way before online marketing and online registration and online everything, right? So what's the deal? What's the basis with online marketing? And I really feel, and I wrote this in my my Spotlight newsletter today that I'm sure some of you have read, there's a lot of charge around this, because it's something that people almost, I almost get a sense of like not panic, but urgency, right? It's like, we see this happening. And, this is like way before
what happened?
Online. What happened to that? I don't know how that just happened. Okay, so hold on one second, guys. I just had a little technical thing going on, and I don't know why that's happening. Okay, so I'm going to just stop for a moment, because I just want to check in. It's like silly for me to go on if this isn't working right. So let me just check in, and I know there is a chat room here. I don't have my eyes on it too much. So if any of you want to, I really should have checked to see if you're all listening, or if you're able to, not if you're listening, if you're able to hear me. Okay, so all right, well, for some reason I don't know how to get that information from you, so I'm just going to continue on and assume that you are hearing me, but I just had a little reverb from myself. Okay, so anyway, I was talking about the urgency of online marketing. And what is happening is everyone's jumping on the bandwagon because they need to, and we're looking at, oh my gosh, should I put up a website? How can I fill my classes? Should I use PayPal? Should I get Constant Contact? Should I use MailChimp? Like, how do I do this? How do some of these people, get their courses and going and their classes filled? And people are doing this piecemeal, and that is actually, I don't want to say that's a bad thing, because that's the best that people can do a lot of times, right? Or you can get a coach, and actually tonight I'm not even going to talk that much about coaching. I'm not pitching my coaching, actually, because my coaching is full right now, but I want to just like bring in the different possibilities of what you can do for yourself. So there's a piecemeal process, right? That you can learn about how to get your website over there, and you take this free webinar over there and you learn this piece, and then you learn a little bit about Constant Contact and PayPal and MailChimp, and you try to put it all together, and then maybe you hire a web designer who might end up, this happens a lot, guys, might end up building a site for you, but they don't know about the online marketing process, and you end up with a floating brochure. You know, those of you who've been following me, you hear me say this a lot, the floating brochure versus a website that really works for you, right? So there's all these moving parts, all these pieces. It's a hard decision for a lot of people, and you know what I want to share with you is kind of the step-by-step, a real quick overview that maybe this will help you. And let's start with why you want to do this, right? You want to do this, of course, to reach more people, to offer your services in a better way, to feel really good about what you're doing, to build your list, and to make some money, right? So here it is in a quick little overview, and then I'll, you know, talk about some resources that you can go to, and then I'm going to move on to the next marketing model that I want to talk about. Okay, so the step-by-step for online marketing is ideally you want to, well, first and foremost, you need clarity about who you are and what you're doing and what you're offering, right? And one of the biggest problems that a lot of people have, and I wrote about this today, is that they're doing so many things. You know, do they say that, you know, oh my gosh, I'm doing healing touch, I'm doing EFT, I'm doing essential oils, I'm doing massage, I'm doing detox and cleansing, I focus on nutrition, right? It's like, where do you start? So in some of the coaching and, you know, working with branding, you can deduce it down. But what I always say is you pick one product or one service to lead with, and then you follow it. Okay, so clarity on who you are and what you're offering. Go with your lead product. Then identify the people who have the problems that you have the solutions to. Right? You identify the people that have the problems that you have the solutions to. You find where they are online, and you go and you start creating a relationship with them, whether it's in social media and groups and sometimes in meetups. You can do some of this stuff offline and online. So you develop relationships, and then ideally you're setting up your web presence. You have your capture box, you're giving your freebie. You start to build your list. You have a relationship and develop, even deepen a relationship with those who are on your list. And then you make your offers. And then that's when the commerce happens. That's when the money happens. That's when you're serving big and you're being paid well. And it just can, you know, escalate from there. That's a real quick little snapshot of what the whole online marketing process is. So it's not just about having a floating brochure, and it's not just about wishing that people are going to come there and see when your classes are. It's a whole different ballgame. There is a zillion people out there that can now help you with online marketing and building your sites. Let me just say this, and one of the things I like to talk about is how to choose a coach. All right, again, I'm not even pitching my coaching because I'm not available for that right now, but I feel like I'm kind of, you know, just doing a service, you know, providing a service here, because I feel very passionate about this, and I see people getting snowed, and I see people, you know, not knowing the right direction to go in. So this is the big reason why I'm sharing this with you tonight, because I have a caring for our industry and for you as well. So the way to pick a coach, first and foremost, is pick somebody who has done and has a proven record of what they are coaching in. I've got to tell you, I have been in the online marketing world for like 12, 13, 14 years, like a long, long time, many, many years. And I am astonished at how many people are just like jumping in and saying they're marketing coaches, and they've never done marketing themselves for anything else. They take courses, they learn to become marketing coaches because, you know why? It's very hot. It's a very in-demand thing. People really, really need to learn how to market online because we all need to be there. So I guess my caution to you is to, you know, not jump in with somebody that like came from, somewhere to become a marketing coach, but never did the marketing that they are teaching about. I see that happen so many times, and it just like, it drives me nuts, really, because it's unfair to you. That's what I'm feeling. It's unfair to you, right? So find somebody who's been there, done it, bought the t-shirt, sold the t-shirt, has fallen down, has picked themselves up, that you can learn from their experience. And, you know, maybe it's not just about technology. Your marketing coach shouldn't be about just being techie. You know, I've been marketing for years, and actually I'm doing some cool tech stuff right now, which is kind of neat, but I'm not really a techie. There's a lot of things I don't like to do. There's certain things I do have an affinity for, but there's a lot that I don't. So anyway, here's the thing about online marketing. We need to be online, no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing. And I do encourage you to find some good teachers, some valid folks that are, you know, out there having some good experience behind them and some good success. So anyway, I feel like I could go on and on about that, but I don't want to, because I want to go to my next topic, which again, if I had my PowerPoint, I would be showing that to you right now. What is the basis for network marketing? Okay, so people don't really understand the difference of these terms, and I want to clarify them tonight. This is another thing another part of my purpose to be with you tonight. You know, we hear about online marketing. An interchangeable term for that is internet marketing, right? So there's internet marketing, which is the same as online marketing. That is about marketing online or on the internet. Network marketing is a whole different thing. Network marketing is kind of the new term for multi-level marketing, you know, people who have been in an industry of marketing that is actually way outside of the online marketing model. And actually what I'm going to get to as soon as I describe and give you the basis of network marketing, I'm going to talk about the combination of the two of them, because it's like marketing on steroids, right? And I get very excited about it because I'm in both worlds, and it can be very, very powerful. All right, so continuing on with network marketing. Network marketing is a model of marketing that is usually found with, actually, in my opinion, superior products, right? There's a whole industry of the network marketing model. It used to be called multi-level marketing, where there is typically a product line, and the company either produces it or creates it somehow. Distributors come on board, and it's the distributor who will actually go directly to the market, and there is no middleman. Right? What typically happens in conventional production and distribution is there are stores that are warehouses, or the middleman between the company and the public, right? So in network marketing, that model is based on getting rid of the middleman, having people in general become distributors instead of stores for that company, and then the money that would normally go to the stores goes back to distributors in the form of some type of compensation, usually. Sometimes they call them referral fees or commissions or things like that. And this, by the way, is not affiliate marketing, which is something, I don't even want to confuse you too much, but people do hear about that in online marketing. So the network marketing business, and many of you who are here are actually here because many of you have been part of my fold and followers for years, and a lot of us are in Young Living Essential Oils, which is a network marketing company. Okay, so I want to just kind of shine the light on the differences and the way that it could come together. And then as you are making your decisions about where to go with your work in the world, and I guess I'm just talking about this too because I'm sensing a lot of people are in transition. I see that with a lot of my clients, with colleagues, with cohorts, that they're making changes. And maybe it's probably my age and my following. You know, people are getting close to the retirement years and thinking they're wanting to do something. Should they bring their work online? Should they maybe go into a network marketing model? That's another reason why I'm sharing some of this with you tonight. But the power of network marketing is where you can leverage yourself. Now, let me come in and define that term. Leverage is, and I wish I had my PowerPoints, because, you know, I had all these definitions out, but I can talk off the top of my head very easily because I live this stuff, right? So anyway, leverage is about, how can I say this in a very simple term? It's about duplicating yourself. It's about leveraging your time, or say you're putting in 2 hours of something, but if you can leverage yourself with people or time, then maybe your business can be working 10 hours or 20 hours or 100 hours. I'll share with you the first experience I had with the reality of what it's like to leverage ourselves. And it actually had nothing to do with network marketing. It was more about online marketing and info products, right? We do have a little leveraging in online marketing, but there's great leveraging in network marketing. Okay, so you know, for years I taught, I spoke, I taught classes, gave programs, and you know, in doing these, it's what we call in the industry now one and done. Set up a class, go and speak. People would have an awesome experience or a terrible experience or whatever their experience was, but it was a one-time real live event, and it was done, right? They went home, they paid their fee, they went home, and it's done. Well, at one point, I brought in a videographer, because actually this was about some of my work in end-of-life care that I did years ago. And I wanted to record it because I wasn't actually doing a lot of that teaching and work in that area. It was a heart project. So I thought, well, I'm going to record it because I'm spending more time teaching other things. So when I recorded that, or when the videographer video recorded that, and we had that on recording, it was like this whole different experience for me. And what it was, I remember, I can actually remember everything. I can remember being in my hallway, taking off my coat, putting it in the closet, and saying, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. Like, I just taught a class, I just presented this information, and now I have this recorded, so it can be used and played over and over and over again. Now, this was years ago, and I'm not telling you anything you don't know, because info products now are very, very popular. This is being recorded. It has a life after this. But I was just sharing with you my first aha experience about leverage, right? Leverage is about where we can spend time doing something, but then it works for us over and over and over and over again. And what's really awesome is that when it works for us over and over and over again, that we can get paid over and over and over again, right? So this is like the overarching model and message that I wanted to bring to you tonight, even though I didn't use the word leverage in any of my materials about talking tonight. But it really is, because what this idea of leverage is, and we're talking about models, it's the piece that really creates that whole paradigm shift, right? To go from the dollars for hours, one and done model, to over where we can duplicate ourselves, where we can leverage ourselves, where we can put some energy and effort and work into something for a while, and then it has a life after. And it continues to serve after that initial time. It continues to serve, and it grows, and it reaches more people. And this is the things that we love. But you know what else we love? It can pay us, and it can pay us, and it can pay us, and it can pay us. And why not? So you know what, guys? You know, we're facing a choice in what model of marketing do I want to bring my work out into the world? What model of marketing is it going to be? Is it going to be, or what model of business, or what model? What structure, what form, what function am I going to present my work in the world? I can do my classes, I can teach something online, I can do one-on-one seeing clients and have that happen. Or I can take that same energy and effort and time and investment and put it into something that will continue to grow and continue to pay you, right? Okay, so I'm sitting on my feet and they're falling asleep. I have to adjust. I get very excited about this because I love being in the throes of paradigm shifts. I feel like, you know, I've been fortunate enough in my life to live through these different changes and models from years ago of going from conventional nursing to holistic nursing, you know, being in that paradigm shift and making that leap. And now, you know, and I've gone through other model changes as well, but now it's really about this leverage piece. I personally, and I said to you, like in the emails and the newsletter, I personally am focusing a whole lot more on that shift and on that leveraged model. And the reason is, and you know, some of you might be my age, some of you might be a little younger or a little older. Doesn't matter, but like I'm looking at, okay, my years to come, my next 5 years, my 10 years, and I love online marketing and I love the teaching and I love everything I'm doing. But you know, there are times I'm feeling my tiredness. I don't know if you're feeling tiredness. I feel tiredness sometimes. And so I want to think, you know, I love to work hard, but I want to start doing some different things in my life. I want to spend more time with family and friends. I want to travel. I want to do this. How can we do this? Okay, so maybe I am looking at what some people would call retirement years. I'm not retiring. I will never do that because I just, you know, I love being productive too much. But it's really about, you know, the season of my life where I want to start enjoying the fruits of what I have worked with for so long. And I know many of you are there too. I doubt if any of you who are on this live event tonight with me are what I call the demographic of the crunchy mom, right? You know, not in the 30s, not raising kids, not all that. It's like now looking at a different season of life. Not to say that this information isn't relevant, but you know, I doubt if that demographic's here because your head's not there. I think those of you who are here with me tonight are in the same frame of mind, right? So it's really about leveraging and about working with some kind of business model, marketing model that will pay you over and over and over and over again. Okay, thus network marketing. It is one of the most holistic business models. Here's another thing that it parallels. You know, years ago, I think there was a movie that came out about Pay It Forward, right? I think it was a story of a young boy who did something wonderful for somebody and asked that person do the same thing for 3 people and then do the same thing for 3 people and do the same thing for 3 people. It's a pay it forward model. And the only way that you can benefit in the network marketing model is by helping others. Right? There's for years, and I know a lot of you know this, for years there's been that whole complaint of, you know, network marketing, multi-level marketing, it's a pyramid, right? You know, it's just that pyramid scheme. You know, what's very interesting about this is, and I guess I'm old enough now to know that I always end up believing the opposite of what I've heard, right? And this is one of them, right? Pyramid scheme. Truly, the corporate structure is that kind of configuration, right? It's where the CEO is at the top and then, you know, the other folks are down here, and it's really, really rare. Maybe the janitor can become the CEO at one point, you know, but it's really rare. And I mean, I'm being a little, you know, silly about that, but it's true, right? It's like, it's the corporate structure is truly the pyramid structure, right? And in network marketing, there's almost this inversion effect that takes place in order to help. In order for you to benefit and you to profit, it's only about helping other people. So, you know, this whole overarching theme of talking about leverage, and then the whole idea of you know, how to work with the network marketing model, where you invest initially, you invest in the beginning a lot more than maybe you have to down the road. Right? Now I'll just bring this to the practical level and my own story, because again, I said I would be sharing some of my own stuff. So I started with Young Living in 1997, January of 1997. And I actually owned a physician-staffed wellness center at that time. We were doing colon hydrotherapy, IV chelation. I had a full lab, physical therapy equipment. I had a colon hydrotherapy and aromatherapy steam program, but it wasn't, you know, because of Young Living. I had been oriented and studied a lot of cleansing and detox practices through the Edgar Casey Institute and the Institute of colon therapists. But then I just finished 4 years at the Barbara Brennan School of Healing Science. I was a healing touch instructor and had a full-time healing practice, right? So I was introduced to Young Living oils then. The last thing I needed was another modality on my plate. I mean, I so did not need something else to do. It was huge what we were undertaking there. We had family practice going on, and again, a lot of the IV hydrogen peroxide, vitamin mineral drips, and chelation. So anyway, I started with Young Living then, knew nothing about the company itself. I just had an amazing healing session with a healer out in Boulder, Colorado, right, who did a raindrop on me. And I was blown away from my energetic and vibrational experience that I had. And I bought the entire big kit, and I bought the raindrop kit, and I went back to my wellness center and I just started using these intuitively. I was doing everything, you know, with my intuition and intuitive work, you know, from penduluming to everything. And I would just go over to this case of oils and I would ask the oils, I would say, which one is going to help me today with this client? Sometimes I would use my pendulum, sometimes I wouldn't. I always got an answer. So I did this, believe it or not, for 3 years. I mean, I had the whole case, didn't know anything really about the company. There was no real training with it. And I'm finding I'm telling you the story I really didn't plan on, but I think you might find it of interest. So I use these oils in my healing practice and also with the IV chelation patients. We would get a lot of folks that had Alzheimer's, right? Because IV chelation, besides being a great alternative and complementary therapy for cardiovascular disease, it's also good for brain wellness, especially if it has to do with cardiovascular issues in the brain, right? So we would get patients in for IV chelation that had Alzheimer's or, you know, just compromised brain health. And what I would do, I was just called to do it. You guys, if you're working with oils, you know how this works. I was just called to do it. I was grab my frankincense, I'd put it on my hands, and I would just kind of run it through the energy field of some of these patients. Actually, I didn't tell you why. They were very upset. They were scared to get their IV needles put in. They were sometimes even combative. And I felt like I needed to grab something because I started IVs. I was the healer. I was the CEO. I was the IV nurse. It was like, you know, talk about multitasking. But I'd run over and I would grab usually frankincense and I would run it through their energy field and we would see this calm come over them. It was just amazing. And yeah, the other IV patients were sitting there with their IVs watching this and saying, oh my gosh, what did she do? So I like really learned from just the oils telling me what to do, quite frankly. So for 3 years. But actually, long story short, the point I'm getting is that and maybe sometimes I'll go into this much further, but a lot happened with my business partners in the Wellness Center. And after 3 years, I made a soulful choice, but painful one, to closed down operations because there was a lot of fraudulent stuff going on and things that were so unethical that I couldn't live with it. And I chose to claim bankruptcy as opposed to compromise what was going on there. So doors shut, and the only thing I had left was my case of oils and my healing practice, right? So I started to work from home with that. And you know, it was probably after 6 or 7 months of going through a dark night of the soul, I kind of came out and said, I'm going to start just teaching what I know about this because I'm passionate about it. I see that it works amazingly well. And the message that I got when I left that wellness center that did so many things, when I left with my case of oils, was everything we were doing in that center is in that case of oils. Oh my gosh, this is like a portable wellness center. This is like a portable health food store, right? It was just amazing. And so I started to slowly get back into things. And at that point, because I needed it, I started to learn about the network marketing model, and I started to learn about the compensation plan, and I started to learn about leveraging. So, you know, for those of you folks who like have sleepers, who are just, you know, in terms of distributors and people like that, who are just, you know, product users or sitting on it, the timing isn't always right, but there's going to be a time when people will need this business model. Okay, so, you know, I went a little longer about my own personal story than I intended to, but it's mostly to teach about the business model. So, and this was back in 1997, I learned about the oils and I started using it, but I started actively doing the business, like, you know, in 1999, actually. And I learned about the company, and I, you know, just learned about, oh my gosh, so much of what has now become an amazing, and you know what, I'm going to call it this. It's an empire. And it's not only an empire for me, but it's an empire for all of us. And this is the next part of my message to you. So I'm going to talk about the ability for you to access an empire and to create an empire for yourself. And then from that, I want to tell you about my event. Okay? So anyway, so, you know, Young Living has been a mom and pop organization for a very, very long time. Very precious, very authentic, with a healer, a true healer and a living legend, you know, at the head of the company that truly wants to change the world in a much, much better way. And, you know, followers have come along, and you know, there's so many stories to tell you over the years about my experience with Young Living, but I really want to bring it to the present because that is what's relevant now, right? And what's relevant now is an opportunity for this model, for you to even look at this model. Some of you might be on right now and have no connection to Young Living, and it doesn't matter. Maybe you're just learning, wanting to learn about business models and marketing models. But, you know, when you have a network marketing model and company, and you have an amazing product, that combination together can be dynamic, dynamo, explosive. And that has proven itself of the past several years of the growth of what is happening with this company and in this network marketing model. Now, another reason why I want to speak to you about this tonight, because most of you who, again, are following, you know, on my list, you're health and wellness professionals. So you do different holistic, natural therapies. Some of you may dabble in the oils and maybe some of you don't, or whatever. But I'd like to take this opportunity for those of you who are unaware of it to really learn how powerful, again, I'm staying on the business thing. I'm not going to go into the oils. We could, you know, spend forever and a day talking about the amazing effects. But the business model and this opportunity that is available to you. So if you are a healthcare practitioner, wellness professional or practitioner, and you have on your peripheral vision Young Living Essential Oils and network marketing, I'm just going to suggest to you that you really, really take a look at it for the network marketing and the business model that it can provide, right? It's all about leveraging. Network marketing has been taught at Wharton School. I don't live very far from Wharton School. I'm outside of the Philadelphia area. Wharton School of Business, right? Network marketing model has been taught there for many, many years. And it's starting to catch on and be on more people's radar because of the entrepreneurial movement that is going on. Now, I talked before about online marketing, and then we've got our network marketing model. And I can actually say that online marketing, it really is awesome. I mean, when you start to get a business and a practice going online, you can leverage yourself very well. You can create, a signature system. You can create program products, info products. You can sell. You can run coaching. You can do automated e-courses. I mean, there's so much that you can do. What I have found in both these models, the online marketing world, because I've been immersed for years in it, and network marketing, because I've been immersed in that for years too, is that in the online marketing world, there still is, continuous effort, right? There's continuous effort. I'm not saying this is a bad thing, because many times people, love to go to the next level and love to learn more. There's continuous effort in the online marketing model, and there's also new technology that comes out a lot, right? So it's always that, there's always that energetically, there's always that little bit of push and next step and next step and next step. And for years I have loved it. I mean, it's been so exciting to me. It's like I haven't been able to get enough of that too. But I'm putting these models side by side now. And I am really looking at, because I said to you, personally for me, I'm looking at my next 5 years or so, or next few years, and where I want to invest my time and energy. And it's really, the network marketing model is really, really getting my attention. And I wanted to get your attention too, even if it's not connected to me. I mean, I just am into empowering folks and to, be collectively part of a movement. I said this years ago about online marketing, because some of my background, I've trained with some very top-notch people in online marketing, and I even studied often. I frequently went up to media training classes in New York City, because one of my coaches and mentors had me do a lot of media training, and I was side by side with folks in the pharmaceutical industry, right? I was sitting there learning a lot of the marketing practices that were taught to, the people who were in, getting information out online in pharmaceuticals. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so interesting, because you know what? The internet is a level playing field, right? It's a level playing field where whatever we can do and we can learn what these people learn. I mean, yeah, there's money that can be put into advertising and AdWords and paying for higher higher search engine rankings, but that's not so much the big deal anymore. Actually, now social media is taking over. But anyway, trying to think where I was going with that. Just like knowing, sticking with the online marketing model, that there's always the next piece, next piece, next piece. The network marketing model is something that to me, it feels more nurturing, more relationship based, more something that has hold, that can when you cement a relationship and help people with their health and some of their challenges, even their financial challenges with the business model, there's something that feels very integrous about it, and it has this life that just continues on and on and on. I know what I was saying before I started my big story to you. When I started years ago and I started getting distributed in network marketing in Young Living, those people are still product users. Some of them have done the business, some not. But what the point I'm making is that the initial investment of time and relationship building and nurturing, and then continuation of, you know, being a resource and information. It's just awesome. Okay, so I'm going to get off my little soapbox, because what I really, really want to tell you about too is this that is coming up. All right. And, you know, I wish I could even say, oh my God, I'd love to get into discussion with you. I'd like to take some, you know, questions, but I can't do that in this at the same time because I'm using different technology than my Citrix GoToWebinar. But I want to tell you about my upcoming live event. I'm saying mine, you know, I'm producing this, but this is actually your event. This is the event that belongs to these amazing speakers that are coming up to present at this. So it's a 2-day live event called Healthy, Wealthy, and Rise. Oh, I want to do something very cool here. Let me just go into a screen share and show you this. Okay, there we go. So this is the event, Healthy, Wealthy. You guys on the live stream there, you can't see it, but if you're on my screen, you can. Healthy, Wealthy, and Rise. And this is a 2-day live event that's happening in Mount Laurel. Let's see if I can go down. I guess I'm not able to scroll. Like I said, I'm, you know, using some new technology. So I guess I could bring this over, but I can't. I obviously can't scroll. Okay, so I'm here back with you, so I'll just show you here. But I wanted to show you the web page. It's healthywealthyandrise.com. So here are the topics that we're going to cover, and this will be of great interest to you, actually, even if you're not even into Young Living, but if you're into essential oils, right? But hopefully it's Young Living, because, you know, it's going to be very Young Living based. But here's the health topics, and here's the wealth topics. This is what I want you to know about, and then I'm going to tell you the fun topics. Okay, so the health topics are an awesome presenters. Nancy Weber, RN, is going to present on essential oils for families with special needs children. You know, this is like, oh my gosh, it's so huge. She's got a lot of great data, and she's also very involved with the new research company that is Ares, that is connected. Well, they're not really connected with Young Living. They're actually an independent organization that is just doing a lot of research on essential oils. So she is like so closely connected with what is coming out in research. But her presentation, although she is also a multifaceted person, an amazing person, she's going to focus and present on families with special needs children. The next topic is going to be offered by, and this is not in this particular order, but it's going to be on women's health and women's beauty as well. And Donna Brooke, who is a family nurse practitioner, is going to present on how to use essential oils for women's health in terms of hormonal balancing and just a lot of issues. And I actually think, ladies, it's probably more on the aging end of things, but who knows, she might talk about menstrual cramps too, I'm not sure. She's an amazing woman, a fabulous nurse, just such a great model of holistic nursing. And she also attended, Young Living has a beauty school where their product line is awesome. So she is a graduate of that program, so she's going to be presenting on that. Linda Smith, I didn't tell you. Linda Smith, many of you know, she is the founder, the original creator of the Institute of Spiritual Healing and Aromatherapy Clinical Certification Program, as well as author of several books. And she is the opening keynote, and her presentation is going to be on essential oils, past, present, and future. If you've ever heard Linda Smith, you know that she is one of the most amazing storytellers. And her knowledge and delivery of history of healing and history of use of essential oils, and you know how the mystics used it and how the saints used it, and oh my God, she's just, I actually heard some of her bullets that she's going to be presenting, and I personally can't wait to hear her presentation. So she's opening the show, okay? And then also Sandy Rakowitz, who has an amazing, I'm using the word amazing a lot, aren't I? She is just a fabulous healer who's a Barbara Brennan graduate, and her specialty in work is communication with animals, animal communication, but she also is very much a specialist and a long-time expert in the use of essential oils in animals. So she's presenting that. So day one, which is April 23rd, is focused on health. Day two is focused on wealth, as well as the business end and the marketing end. But let me just tell you, so day one, after health is over, that night we are having a popcorn and pajama party, right? And we're going to have the movie screening of this DVD, which is very hot in the market right now, meaning that it's like people are buying this up in you know, by bulk and sharing it with other people, especially those in the network marketing industry. But this is about not only entrepreneurship, but it ends up focusing on the value and the benefits of network marketing. Let me tell you who's in this DVD. I've watched it, but I really want to watch it again, especially in my pajamas with a bunch of people at this event. Allie Brown, Les Brown, Jack Canfield, Mark Victor Hansen, Brian Tracy, Sandra Yancey, Bob Proctor, Paul Zane Pilsner. I mean, the list goes on and on. Kiyosaki. So that night, and we're going to have contests. Pajamas are optional. You don't have to wear your PJs. But if you do wear your PJs, then you will be entered in a contest. We're going to have contests. And then we're going to have one main winner for the best pajamas. And that's going to be by applause meter. Okay? All right. So day two now is going to be focusing on wealth. Day two, wealth starts out with the big, big diamonds on the East Coast, Jeffrey Lewis and Gail Ann Green. And they have a very inspirational story. And here's the title for their presentation. From Fred Flintstone car to birthdays in Paris. Because that is truly what they have lived in all of these umpteen years that they have been with Young Living and have grown, you know, just a worldwide international organization. But, you know, Jeffrey will talk about how truly his car, and Gail Ann always laughs, they're partners, that he actually had the missing floorboard in his car when they first started. And she literally, in April, in the month of April, the same month that this event is spending her birthday in Paris with Young Living. So then actually I'm presenting. I'm going to be talking about network marketing and online marketing and how they come together, and you know, with the impact of online marketing and network marketing. It's like marketing on steroids. So I'm going to talk about bringing it together, and I'm also going to give amazing tips on what you can do online to be building your Young Living network marketing business, as well as I might even give you some tips on some of this technology and how to do some of this. I mean, you know, we're moving in that direction. We really are. I mean, I love to be out and speaking with people, but it's also nice to be home and cozy and reaching around the world, you know, which I'm doing. I'm setting things up with people in Italy to talk about the oils. I mean, it's really quite amazing. Okay, and then we're going to have Jahan Thomas, who is an awesome diamond leader from Long Island. She's going to actually cover the compensation plan. Excuse me. Sorry, my throat is really dry from talking. So Jahan's going to cover the comp plan, and then we're going to have a panel of presenters who are super successful in sharing Young Living. James Niederland, Suzanne Vanover, Jeffrey Lewis, Sue Pellicati, I mean, really awesome folks. And then Friday night, which is day 2 night, we are having Big Al with us. So again, I wish I had pictures to show you. This top. Let me see if I can just pull something up and bring it over to you. Let me try this. I'm bringing the screen over. Hold on, guys. Again, just working with my technology, and we'll be done in just a few minutes here. Here we go. Hold tight, here it comes. All right, here it is. Okay, let's see if I can move it this time. I obviously can't scroll. Okay, so anyway, Big Al, Tom Schrader, he's like just an awesome, a very awesome network marketing legend who's written several books. And, you know, I happen to love working with the idea of colors, color personalities. So he's going to talk about that as well. Excuse me. I need to take another sip of water. So, as you can see on here, this is something that's very important. It's so important to register your seat. And I'm going to tell you the prices and everything as well. It's so important to register your seat if you want to make sure that you have a seat, because here's the deal. Here's the price. The whole entire event is $125. I'm not doing like all those early bird special things, which are really awesome, right? But I'm just not doing that to try to, you know, motivate sales, because people really want and need this. And I'm sure you're interested in it as well. Okay, I'm just pulling something up on my screen over here that I'm going to bring back over. I'm going to show you the whole prices. There is a bring a friend. Let me bring this over. Hold on one sec. There we go. Screen share. Here are the prices. Okay. Bring a friend for $97. If you bring a group, which a lot of people like and want to do, they can buy 5 tickets for $497. If you can only come on one day, which, you know, some people might only be able to come on Friday or Thursday, it's $75, okay? But here's the thing. If you want to come to this event, it's so important that you register by the 1st, because at that time, Big Al only tickets. Now, you know, if you get the whole event, you're going to get everything. You're going to get the party, you're going to get Big Al, you're going to get both full days and lots of fun. Believe me, I'm having staging, lighting, music. I mean, this is like, you know, not just kind of a, you know, conventional educational event. This is going to be a fun event. Those of you who've been to my events before, you know I put on a great event. Okay. But Big Al, I am selling separate Big Al tickets for $25 only, right? What I can't have happen, and this is why I need you to register by April 1st. What can't happen is if everybody buys out the $25 big Friday night Big Al tickets, there's not going to be seats left for your Thursday and Friday events, right? So you can't get the $25 Big Al tickets until April 1st. And, you know, this is because there might be some people that just can't get to the event, but they want to see Big Al, and they should be able to. And it's only going to be 25 bucks. But if you want your seats for the daytime and nighttime events, you've got to do it by April 1st, because April 1st, when those $25 tickets go on sale, it might sell out the whole thing and there won't be seats left for you. And I'm trying my best to get this message out there. So please share that information with other folks as well. So you go to healthywealthyandrise.com and read all of it there, and you know, all the names of the people, who they are, what topics are going to be covered on what days. And then when you register, if you buy a $125 ticket, when you register, you will be given an opportunity at that point to get a second Bring a Friend ticket for $97. So keep that in mind when you register. And I'm gonna just look over here and see. I know there's, oh, I didn't, okay. Enable the chat box. I finally did. And I'm gonna look at some of your chats here. Okay, very good. All right, there was no sound for a while. All right, let's see. Any idea would be appreciated. Okay, I'm just reading some of the chat, and I don't know what that is about. Online Skype, 3 people. Anyway, okay, so you guys are chatting about something other than, let's see, other than the event, and so maybe you're chatting among yourselves. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure you didn't have any questions about it. Okay, so what's happening there is a chat about Nancy Weber's event. Yes, Nancy Weber is, yeah, you got to check her out. Come to the event and learn about her. And all of the people that are going to be presenting are going to have their literature out there. There are, some of these presenters are multifaceted and they have great things going on. So there's also going to be vendor tables. By the way, if you're interested in a vendor table, let us know. And also to let you know that the hotel rooms are so inexpensive. They're only $97. Cheryl, I see that. If you want to add a friend, we'll take care of that for you, because I know you were one of the first ones in. If you want to bring a friend for 97, we'll set that up for you. Okay. Let's see. Marilee, tell me the name again, the essential oils you were talking about that helps Alzheimer's. It was frankincense. Frankincense, because it's high in sesquiterpenes. The oils that are high in sesquiterpenes oxygenate the brain a lot more because, well, you know, most of the oils are volatile, so they're tiny enough where they can cross the blood-brain barrier and clean up and oxygenate and clean up the brain. So yes, the oil is high in sesquiterpenes. And I'm saying hello to some of you up there who are following me on Twitter through this live stream. And hopefully this has been beneficial for you too. I don't know how to communicate with you, so just saying hi. All right, so I'm going to give just another minute or two for any chats, and then we will wrap up here. Any other questions or comments? I was finally able to figure out how to enable the chat box. All right. Okay, I think that's it. So I hope you all come to the event. I hope that this was great insight for you in terms of the different models of online marketing and network marketing, that maybe you have a sense of what direction you can go in when you are in the process of, you know, deciding on how to embark on the next place for you in, you know, the ways that you bring your work out into the world. And come to the event. I'll be talking more about the combo of online marketing and network marketing. Okay, so let me see, any other questions? Young Living is the name of the question, of your answer to your question was Young Living. Yeah, so this is interesting. So what I'm finding out, there's some of you folks that are not even familiar with this. So we got it across the board, across the gamut, and this is going to be live, and I'm sorry, this will be available for replay, so you can share it if in fact you want to. So it was great being with you all. I'm going to call it a wrap. Have a great Sunday night, everyone, and I hope to see you at the event, healthywealthyandrise.com. Come join us. We are going to have a lot of fun.